This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 12/8/21, show number 347. So, Nick, we had like a 2-day short squeeze rally. Is it going to keep going?
I'm not so sure. What I would say is this is not really typical December type action. The markets have been very, very volatile, chaotic. This is unprecedented, really, for the month of December. Normally in the month of December, we see markets that consistently move higher. You have seasonality trends. This year around, it's been what I try to call an inverted tape. The market has done the opposite of what we thought it would do overall, at least what I thought. So generally speaking, I don't think this is healthy price movement, and it really warrants a lot of caution going into the end of the year.
Yeah, well, the day after Thanksgiving was really the tip-off that something major different was going on. Because the day after Thanksgiving, it's like they shouldn't even bother going to work normally.
That's right.
But once it started going down and then it tripped the algos, it was all over.
And the other thing that we need to talk about the day after Thanksgiving, the volume was massive. That day, the spiders traded 112 million shares. That's massive volume for a normal day. That was just a half-day trading session. So, the day after Thanksgiving was definitely a violent sell-off. And, we saw the markets continue even a bit lower after that. Now they're, being propped up. They're being saved here. But there's been a lot of damage done on the charts. And, again, we're hearing now, the Omicron variant isn't as bad as originally thought. It's kind of being viewed as a mild virus now, and people aren't getting very sick. But, you also have the big pharma guys out there saying, just get another booster. That'll solve the issue. I find it ironic that booster shots seem to be the answer to everything. Big question is how many boosters are we going to need going forward, right?
Yeah.
So, there's been a lot of damage done on these charts. And I think traders really, if you look at this kind of price action, I've studied these kind of markets. I've traded these kind of markets before. This is not healthy price action that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely not. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I'm looking at that chart. That is one dangerous looking chart. It's a real head and shoulders formation there, so it would appear to me. Double top, and doesn't look like it's going to go higher from here. Maybe I'm crazy. I mean, we thought it couldn't go higher. It did. But now that double top that it's put in.
Here's how I view it, Bitcoin now. You went up into October. I think it made a high on the futures at around 67,700. Then it made a higher high at 69,300. And then you came back in. So it couldn't really, it made a little nominal high. It couldn't really break out from there and get through 70,000. It never even tested it. Then you pulled back, you broke below the 52,000 level, and you'll see that on Monday we had a pretty good sell-off in Bitcoin. But what it did do was test the 200-day moving average, and that 200-day moving average is exactly at 49,000. Right now, Bitcoin futures trading at around 50,800, below the 52,000 level. My view is if you close below 52,000 on a weekly basis, that means Friday night, on a weekly basis, then there's real problems with Bitcoin. If it recovers that 52,000, it lives to fight another day. But I've been on here even when Bitcoin was trading above 65, saying that 52,000 level is going to be the real test. And you can see now we're flirting with breaking it. So we'll see what it does on Friday. That will tell us a lot more.
All right. Well, it definitely is, to me, putting out some warning signals there, huh?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the chart's kind of looking like it did when it hit its last high back, when was that? When it hit 65,000. when was that? That was back in
April.
April, right?
Yes.
It's looking a lot like that chart, and we'll see if it fills.
It's the same kind of pattern where you go parabolic. The difference this time around, if there is one, is that you had a lot of consolidation in the month of August all the way into October, where October finally broke out. So what we've done with Bitcoin now is it's back down and testing its prior breakout level. That's what markets do. And if they fail there, then that is a big, big sell signal. So watch for it. Right now, it's still hanging in there. We'll see what it does by the end of the week.
All right. And gold and silver, we don't really need to say much about them. They're just kind of staggering around, trying to catch a bid. They catch it, and then they're like immediately beaten down.
Yeah, gold and silver right now, are hanging in there from the recent support level. And if you're looking at gold futures, you'll see that support level is around 1765. Right now, it's trading at around 1782. Overall, gold futures aren't showing us a lot of strength right now. So I'd be careful with them. Doesn't mean they can't catch a bid. They could firm up. They're not broken. But I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. It's not a pattern of strength. And the bounce looks somewhat feeble, a little bit on the weaker side. So I'd be a little bit careful with it.
All right. Well, hey, that's it for today. Kind of agree with you. Go over to inthemoneystocks.com. See how Nick has beaten the averages for decades now. Keep an eye on the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Your emails are always welcome. KL@kerrylutz.com. And Nick, we will talk to you on Friday.
Sounds good, Kerry.